Hello friends, welcome back to the bench. For today's session we have a pretty simple list. So what we want to achieve today is having pretty much the management of the status on the ticket, right? So at the moment we just added the status field or status column to the ticket. Now we need to use it, and we need to give the administrator the ability to update the status. So what I envision is, I don't really have a vision just yet. What I do know is that it's gonna have to be happening here, and I do have a vision of a status flow. So each status, just like in Jira, you have the statuses of the tasks and you have the flow. Certain statuses can become other statuses, but not every status can become every status, right? There's got to be a flow. So in here we're gonna have to implement something like that. But before we do, let's create a functionality that will allow us to actually update the status. So this will be on this page. So in the ticket controller, in the admin tickets controller, we have a reply message or reply action, manage, and my tickets. So this is our page. So in our routes we have a ticket reply, right? So let's start from this. We want the post action that will be ticket ID, and we could have actions for each status change, like received. Let's take a look at our list of statuses. Right, new, assigned. So every ticket will start with new, and that's what happens right now because it's the default in the database, default value for that column. Now we could have an action set assigned, and if you do now, this would probably be automated status when you do the assign, right? When you assign the ticket. We do have the assignee, and actually let's add it to our to-do list, not for today. Ticket assignee, ticket assignee functionality. So for now, let's just do the do the action that will just set the status on the ticket. So our controller will be tickets, and our action will be set action will be set status, and prefix is admin, and the name will be admin tickets set status. Okay, now let's go to tickets controller test in the admin, and for now let's just assert that this ticket status update action works, or actually exists. So we need to log in as admin, and our actually we can just copy this. So this is our ticket ID, right? And our route is router, nope, not route, URL. Our name is admin tickets set status, and our ticket ID is ticket ID. Now it is evaluated here, right? I think so. Yeah, because it returns string. So this is our string route. So if the no, we don't want need that. Let's run all the tests. So this will evaluate that our route can be built, or ensure that the route can be built. And we have a failure. A route matching admin ticket set status not found. Oh, right. We need admin prefix. Oh, no. So what did we miss here? Admin tickets set status. Could be that we do have dash over here. So we do have dashes, right? Admin tickets. Yeah, and we have ticket ID, action, prefix, controller. This is post, but that doesn't matter at this point because this will just match the all right. Well, let's try it. Is this gonna fix it? I still haven't found how I fixed it before. No, of course not, because the other tests would be responsible for that. Admin ticket set status. Let's copy paste, but it looks like admin ticket set status. It looks good, and for some reason we don't have it in the scope admin. Don't you hate when that happens? Oh my god, was there a typo? There must, because I just copied it. There must have been a typo. Huh. I don't see the typo though. I don't know. Well, that ensures that the route exists. Doesn't matter. I mean, it does matter, but so let's add the action. We will need ticketing service, and ticket ID will be from our request get ticket ID, and from and ticket will be ticketing service, fetch ticket, but not fetch ticket entity, using ticket ID. Yes, we want to work with entities. I mentioned that before. I just kind of jumped the gun on the main object. For now, all it serves is for the source of the constants, nothing more, which is fine. We're maintaining PHP 7.4 compatibility, so no enums and a few other functionalities, but we'll see. And from ticketing service, we want to do update status on ticket and status. Status doesn't exist because status comes from request get data status. All right, update status, and we're redirecting back to to the name, to the, what am I doing? Name is admin. Yeah, that prefix was not needed. You don't need the prefix. If you're finding route by name, so named route, you don't need the prefix, because you can't have the same name in different prefixes. So so yeah, admin and ticket, what was it? Admin ticket, and our ticket ID is our ticket ID. So we're updating status and redirecting back. And now we don't have the method that will, for now, this will be void. Database, and actually let's just do the it lazy way. So no validation for now. We'll get there. Actually, let's add to do over here, and our to-do list, add status validation in ticketing service, just so we don't forget. And we're just gonna call update all status is status, and that's an int where ID is ticket ID. Not even checking if the operation was successful, not checking if the status is correct, if the status is not the same, because if the status is the same, we can just return from here, right? If the ticket status, current status, is the same as the status. Well, not necessarily, because this entity that we provide over here could be out of sync with persistence. So, not necessarily. Okay, so we have the backend, right? Now, having the backend, we have the card, we have card title with, oh no, hang on. oh, that's the wrong ticket. We want ticket in the manage ticket. That's the one. Div card title is just ticket ID. So here let's just play around with div class call six, because it's gonna be maximum is 12, right? Oh, but hang on, we are using Bootstrap 4, and that is something that I had to figure out, because in Bootstrap 3 you have pull right, pull left, and those classes to align, right, to set the floating. In Bootstrap 4 you have float left, float right. In Bootstrap 5 you have float start from float end and float middle or something like that. So that took me a little while because I didn't know that we were using Bootstrap 4 here. So admin uses Bootstrap 4 while the rest of the system uses Bootstrap 5. Very important to know. So let's review grid system. Call. Yeah, so this should be call 6. So that's gonna give us half of the screen if I remember correctly. And then we want another div call 6, so it should fill the rest. And here let's do input, no, not input, the select option, right, and let's value 0 new, and let's just do value 1, right, is assigned. 2 and 3, okay. So let's close this. Ticketing service, routes, we don't need those. And let's split that to the right. And let's do assigned, just so we have 2 of them. Just so we can, yeah. Now let's see what it looks like. If it worked. Why did my session expire again? That's weird. Why would it? I just logged in. I guess maybe it's like 5-minute session. I didn't even review that. Okay, so it did not work correctly. It's probably because we're already, yeah, it's gonna be too big. So yeah, this is call 6 and call 6 here. So it kind of looks like it could work, but there's, yeah, max width is 50%, but there are some, if we go here, we have some padding, 12 pixel paddings over here. So if it wasn't for the padding, they would float correctly. So let's do this. Let's do call 4 on this one and leave column 6 on this one. That should float better. Oh no, that's still not flowing better. Why not 6? Why are you not floating correctly? So this is call 4 is 33%. So technically I should be able to fit 3 of them here. Could be because, yeah, I know what the problem will be. So we're in the div title. So let's wrap it in the div that will be row. Yeah, and let's reformat it. That should be better. Yeah. This should be H3. Just so it's nice and big. And now, since we have it here, so this is column 6, let's do set, let's do this, what do we wrap it in? Maybe span, set status, and we want the submit button. And common submit. It should, everything should default. Well, other than value. I guess the value is not gonna default, which is fine. Oops. Let's see this, let's see, because I have right success. I have button large over here. In this case, I don't want it to be large. I want it to be regular small button. So let's do this. Large like this, and our and default it to true, so I don't have to change anything that I've had before. And now we're just gonna tell it to not be large. And that will solve this problem. Okay, looking better. Now our span, let's give it class. So in Bootstrap 4 it will be different, I guess. Margin and padding. Well, where are the margin classes? Like MT spacing. So we have MT, but in Bootstrap 5 it's MS as margin start, but why can I not find this margin? Utilities, auto margins, alignment margins, M5, flex. So it's M5, but I want only M start, so Is it gonna be, no, and 3, but it's probably not gonna be that. Yeah. MR as margin right. Yeah, so MR. And see, why does every bootstrap have to be different in this regard? I have no idea. It just makes it so annoying that you have to learn so many classes. Select, we need a name on it, which will be status, and let's give it class margin right 2, just to bump it a little bit from the right one there, right? And this will be, so now in that call 6 we want to do this form create, it's null, and again I forgot, was it target? URL type post. That's why you shouldn't copy paste anything, because as you write it you just kind of remember it, you learn it. Otherwise you just keep pasting and you never remember. The URL is router URL, name is admin tickets, set status. Now we'll see if it'll work, right? Because it didn't want to work before in the unit test, right? Oops, here. And ticket ID is our ticket ID. And here, this form, and if I remember correctly, let's refresh and that'll tell us whether the so one quick way to find out, let's click it. And we got string instead of int, which is correct. Admin tickets controller status needs to be int, because we have strict types. Oh, this will not work. Hang on. Let's change it to assigned. Okay, presumably it worked. Status is 1. Okay, so it does work. So now let's was it checked or selected? So new is default. Ticket ticket, come on, status equals 1. Selected, otherwise nothing. Oops, here. So if that works, this should switch the status to assigned. Yes. Okay. So this is pretty much our functionality. So it does do what it needs to do. And now the tedious thing is to get the get the whole list over here along with the, that is kind of tedious. This could be simplified using the code, but first let's go to ticket and the main object, and so get status returns just new over here instead of the actual status, because we didn't have the status on it, and we still don't. So let's do this. Below the constructor, let's do get status string. And we're gonna have the map. So this will be public static map. We can do array map and 0 new, right? 1 assigned, and so on. 2 shipped, right? And we can do this self status new, self status assigned, self status shipped, right? And our static method will just return what did I call it? Oh, the map. Let's call it status map. Status map out of status. Right? Simple as that. Which means now we can do this. Ticket get status string for ticket status new. There. Let's refresh it. And is the status new gonna show? Yes. So this is how we would do it. So value is ticket, not ticket, ticket status new. There. And the same here. Ticket status assigned. There. And ticket status, get status string, ticket status assigned. So it might seem like it's a little bit of a hassle to do it this way, right? It definitely looks like there's a lot more code, right? Actually, we can beautify it a little bit. Just so it's slightly more readable. Alright. And that reveals some. It reveals some problems with formatting here. Okay, so it might look like it's slightly too much code, meaning compared to just writing it manually, right? Meaning option value 3 and whatever status, right? That's a lot less code compared to this. But the reason we do it this way is so I have a full control over statuses from here. So if I change the status of this shipped to, 10, everything works. Well, not in this case because 10 is already used. But if I change it to 20, this should still work. I don't have to change anything on the view side. Or anywhere else for that matter. The same with the status names, right? I want to be able to change it over here, and it just applies to everything else in the system. So that is the reasoning. Let's refresh it and see if it works still. It's assigned. Perfect, and that's our class status that is hard-coded. So we support 2 statuses at the moment, but we do have the ability to update statuses. Now I will likely do a little bit of changes here as far as the front end, but we want to keep it simple and we want to deliver as quickly as we can. So we don't want to go over over in the design and then the implementation. So we want to keep it simple, but we do want to maintain we do want to focus on maintainability, basically, especially since this is a very early status map. This is subject to change even tomorrow, so we'll see. Hopefully it will not change that much, but it might. Alrighty, so let's review what to do. So we have converting statuses, we have status selector, and we have status update. Alright, so all this is done. This was the goal for today. Oops. Tomorrow, well, we'll see what we're gonna do tomorrow, because I'm not sure about the assignee yet, because this is not pressing issue or not pressing feature. In my case, it's not very relevant feature because I'm alone in my shop. So there's only one assignee. I don't have the personnel. So we'll see what's gonna be in the next session. But we're gonna finish here. 40 minutes, I say perfect timing. 40 minutes gets you at least somewhere, right? 40 minutes a day and you got the system working in just a matter of months. Well, thank you guys very much for watching, and I shall see you tomorrow.